Um, any kind of deed, good deed that you do, uh, because you think that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to be pleased with it, this is ikhlas, and you'll be rewarded. This becomes an act of worship. So this now includes you being nice to people, your parents, whatever. So now you being nice to them is secondary because you want to be nice to Allah first. You want Allah to be pleased with you. And because Allah is going to be pleased with you in this action, you are nice to the creation. Yeah? Sometimes you're just going to be a nice person. That's just how you are. Now, if you do that for the sake of the dunya alone, then it's a permissible action. But you don't, what I'm trying to say here, you don't necessarily need to think about Allah, Allah, Allah all the time in that manner and think, oh, Allah be pleased with me. I'm not saying that. If you say to yourself, you know what, it would be very nice if I could help this person with their bags, because that's just a nice thing to do. How do you know that is something nice? Because you know that this is a feeling that you get inside from your fitrah. Inshallah, that is included in ikhlas. That is included in ikhlas. This is why the Messenger of Allah said, removing something harmful from the pathway is a sign of iman. So this is what I'm trying to say to you. Don't think from what I'm trying to say to you is that, oh, you need to be remembering Allah all the time. Then it does become robotic and it becomes very generic and difficult to obtain. But if you are doing actions, consciously thinking of Allah, that's the highest state, of course. This is how the Messenger of Allah was. And he explained to us what is ihsan. But if a person does good deeds because he knows that this is the right thing to do, and it comes from a place of Islam and Sharia and Iman anyway, then inshallah he'll be rewarded for that as well. Because he knows that he's doing an act of khair. If a person just does a deed, he's not really paid any attention to it at all, then it falls, and it turns out to be something which is good and pleasing to others, then this falls under what is permissible. I mean, there's no reward in that, but there's no harm in that. The only thing is that they've missed out on what was potentially something which would have been rewarded. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Barakallahu feeki.